Good morning children, welcome to today's science class. Today's class we will learn Block 24, that is the natural disasters. This has been given as a project based topic and you all already by now you know more details about these natural disasters by exploring on your own. So let us see how far we have learned, and also we learn some more new things about these natural disasters children. So see, the term itself, disaster, means natural, it is occurring naturally in the nature, but disaster means they will cause lot of damage. So many things happen in the nature, all are not causing the damages, no children. So these natural disasters causes damages to the people, plants and animals. So in today's class we learn about 4 such natural disasters. The first one what we are going to learn is about the floods. Later we will discuss about the drought, and then we learn about the earthquake and also about the tsunami. So 4 natural disasters: floods, drought, earthquake and tsunami. Why are we saying them as natural disaster? Because when these occurs in the nature, they cause a lot of damage to the people, animals and also to the plants. How and why we will see now. First we will learn about the floods. So floods, for each and everything happening around us, there will be some reason why it happens, and also after it happens there will be some effects. So when such a disaster happening in the nature, definitely there will be some causes why it is happening, and when it happened, how it will affect the living things on the earth. That is very, very important. So what is the, first of all you should know what is flood. So flood means what? You have heard about the term. Even recently it happened in the city where we are living also. So what happens during the flood? The water will overflow. For example, when you are filling a bucket of water or tank in your home, so when you forgot to switch off, so you see that the complete bucket will get filled, and after it get filled, what will happen children? It will start overflowing. The tank starts overflowing, the bucket in which you are filling water will overflowing. Same thing happens to the water bodies on the earth. So there are different water bodies are there. They can hold some amount of water. They have this capacity. But when it is becoming more, so they will start overflowing. This overflowing of the water bodies only causes the flood. So as soon as you hear the word flood, what will you remember? The water is starting overflowing. Where? From the different water bodies. Why they will start overflowing? Why that will get filled? Who will fill it? Why that water is getting filled? So in the case which we discussed, you are keeping the tap open, you are keeping the switch open, not closing it. So here the nature only. When it heavily rains, when the rain, see the causes, why it happens? Heavy rainfall. Sometimes this heavy rainfall will 2-3 days, so many days is continuing. The river, pond, lake, sea, ocean, everything gets filled and the water will start overflowing. When it overflows, how our tank overflows and the water starts leaking in our home, that will be spreading everywhere and that will cause damages. So now one reason is heavy rainfall, and another reason is, you all know that Himalayas, in our country, Himalayas and so many other parts of the world, many snow covered mountains are there. The snow covered mountains, you know that from there only the rivers will origin, from the top of the mountains. So when this snow melts, so this melting happens because of so many reasons children. We are cutting on trees, so that what happens, it is called as global warming. You will be learning in further classes. See, because of that heat, temperature is rising, the earth is becoming warmer and warmer. So the melting of snow in the mountains, the snow will melt and they become water, and they will fill the rivers. Wherever they will fill more and more, it is getting filled. It will start overflowing, and that is the floods. So 2 main reasons, causes are there. Reasons are only, we call it as causes for the flood. That is heavy rainfall and also melting of snow in the mountains. So this snow will, the melted snow, there is water will fill the river and all, and so much water it cannot hold, and it will start overflowing. So let it overflow, what happened? How it will damage the people? See, water fills every arch. How it is going to cause the damage? Already we know that it is a natural disaster, it is causing the damage. What type of damage it is causing? You see that water is filled everywhere water only. Your house, inside, outside, the streets, everywhere water is filled. How much difficult it is for the people. Everything will get damaged, and the plants will get washed away or they will get damaged. Animals will drown and they will be carried away and they will also die. Even human beings also will be carried away somewhere due to the flood, and they may die also. And also one more effect of the flood, causes and effects. Effects, you see water filling everywhere, and that only enough to damage the different types of things in the home, in the factory, in a hospital or anything, and there will be no power supply because of this, and people will suffer without the supply of current, without the supply. And also dirty water mixing with the clean water, drinking water, and when there is no clean drinking water, people when they start drinking the contaminated water, they may get different types of waterborne diseases. So flood causes, effects. Later we learn about how we will prevent about this also. Next we move on to the drought. So drought is an opposite condition for flood. Why? Because drought will occur. You can see the picture in the textbook also, very dry. The area will be so dry because there is no rainfall for many years. And there is no rainfall for many years due to various reasons. The area becomes so dry, and you all know that without water plants won't grow, and when plants are not growing, food is not available, animals die, and even people also may die because there is no food and water. So this is also a condition where it is going to cause lot of damage. The reason is, that is the cause is no rainfall and very dry weather, high temperature is there, and that is why also there will be no rainfall and people will, even the sunstroke, all they will get and they may die. Now what happens? Effects. There will be no water. Yes, no water, and no water, plants will not grow, animals will not get the food, and also human being also will not get the food, and also they are connected. No water means, and automatically we can say no food. So dry weather, even that is also unbearable, and people may die because of that high temperature conditions. So causes and effects for drought, dry weather. What is drought? Dry weather condition. When it happens, when there is no rainfall for long time, very long years there is no rainfall, drought may occur. Then we will move on to the earthquake. Very, very interesting. Many of you did project on earthquake only. By now you know something about that. Why it happens? Actually, below the earth there are some plates called as tectonic plates children. So it will be moving all the time. It will be moving very mildly. They will be moving, but sometimes when they collide, due to this movement under the earth is, you know, the earth is rotating, no? So due to this movement under the earth, and so many things are there. Even we learned about the layers of soil, rocks we learned. Under that rocks also there are so many other things are there in the earth. So that will, the movement below the earth will cause the shaking of the earth. Suddenly, what is the earthquake? Sudden violent shaking of the earth. So that what happens? Buildings will fall down, collapse, will fall down, and roads will break, power supply won't be there, people will get stuck there, animals will get stuck between the building, they may die. Even recently occurred some earthquake pictures in Japan, somewhere it happened. So you can open that, and you can see, ask your parents to show the pictures. In your textbook also some pictures are there. You can understand how much damage an earthquake can happen, can cause to the living things on the earth. Causes movement below the earth. And what happens because of this? They will collide, and suddenly the earth will shake. Why not mild, violently? And because of this, buildings will fall, and roads break, power supply won't be there, and people will get stuck between that fallen buildings, and it may cause lot of life damage. Plants die, animals die, and also people may die. Next, the last one is the tsunami. It is connected to the earthquake only. If suppose earthquake happens under a sea or ocean, it is happening under the sea or ocean. So above that, no buildings are there to fall, only water is there, so much of water. So that water will come as big waves near to the seashore. So that big waves will wash away whatever is there in that shore, and that is also going to cause lot of damage to the people. So tsunami is caused, reason is earthquake in the sea or ocean. What will happen because of that? Water will come, waves, big waves, tsunami waves, big waves will come, and they will wash away the plants, animals and humans. Even here also, buildings, cars, whatever, even trucks, and so many things will be washed away, and everything get damaged, and people, animals and plants may die. See how much, why they are disasters. You might have understood, they cause lot of damage to the living things, That is why they are called as disasters. You understood the causes and the effects. Let us see now how can we prevent it. Is there talk about the floods? How we can prevent the floods? So floods are occurring, you know that because the heavy rainfall and all. So when heavy rainfall happens, if suppose surrounding the rivers and all water bodies, we construct the buildings, the water has to overflow into the city only. So we should not construct, do not construct more buildings near water bodies. Near water bodies, if you are not building more buildings, not occupying the water bodies, that is itself is a great help to minimize the damage happening due to the floods. Also planting more trees. Plant more trees because trees will hold the soil and these also will hold the water and so that the effect of flood can be minimized. Next we learned about the drought. Drought, you all know, the dry condition. So here also what can be done by the people when they are in a drought hit area, they have to use the water very carefully. But for the future, how they can prevent from the occurring of a drought, they have to do not cut trees because already less trees, less rainfall. So you should not cut trees and plant more trees, so that they will bring the rain and that place will be fertile and so that they won't suffer without food. Next we learned about the earthquake. Earthquake, nothing is in our hand. It may happen anytime, anywhere. But what is our role even here also when you are not damaging the natural nature, when we are saving the nature by planting more trees and all. Even this also can be stopped. So planting more trees. Plant more trees and do not damage the nature. We have to save the nature. Next is the tsunami. Tsunami, what can we do? Same thing only, planting more trees and saving nature in every way, every walk of our life, save nature. So these all also can play an important role in by minimizing the effects of these natural disasters, and also we can stop some of them by occurring. So now we learned about the causes, effects and the prevention. So when suppose we are in an area the flood is occurring or any disaster is occurring, the main thing what we have to do is we should not get panic. We should not if you get panic and if you are restless, it may affect and it may get something happens to our life also. So we should stay calm, and always government is there to help us. They are called as government rehabilitation centers will be there. So when we are, for example, if earthquake is there, already you have learned safety lesson, we have to hide under a desk. We should not go near the window. We should not use the lifts. We should not, if there is an open place nearby, we can run to the open area. So what can we do? So first of all, for everything, stay calm. Wait for the rescue. Now, as you know that flood is going to come, store clean drinking water. Store clean drinking water. That is very, very important because dirty water will mix and so many diseases will spread. And also during a drought, you are in a drought heat area, what you have to do, use the water wisely, and so that you can at least some more days you can use it. And even the food, do not waste the food. Do not waste food because later do not waste food grains. So when you are using carefully, we can at least the food which is there with us will come for some more days. And during an earthquake, as you all know that hiding under a desk, hide under desk, holding it and not getting panic, moving to open place, move to open place you can move. And even the flood also move to higher areas. You can move to higher areas when you go. You will be not affected by the water due to the flood. Next about the tsunami also, moving to the higher places. Move away from seashore. Move away, possible. Move away from seashore and also to higher areas, higher places. Higher areas are there nearby. You can move and you can stay till this all come comes to an end. So simple things only, by reading also you can understand all this, how we can prevent ourselves, safety measures, and we can be safe during, if suppose the natural calamity or a disaster happens in the place where we are living. So now let us move on to the worksheets, children. Yeah, children, we'll discuss about the questions given in the worksheet. So in each and every worksheet, as it is a project based also, you can see there is a paragraph given, and from that only you have to answer. So it is not going to be very tough for you to do this. Already you have done the project, and also I have explained the lesson, causes, effects, how to prevent it, and also what safety measures we have to follow for each and every disaster. So first one is floods. See S1, 40 page number, please write the date. And here is a newspaper clipping is there, children. It has happened on June 2013. You can read that. It is about the flood occurred in our country only, Uttarakhand, and how it has killed many people. And you can see how the plants, animals and the buildings, roads, electricity, everything has got damaged during that time. So already we learned about the floods also. Here is one flood which has happened in Uttarakhand. After reading that 2 to 3 times, please try to answer the questions given down. First question, write 2 causes of flood. See, in that paragraph only you can see there, the heavy rainfall caused the flood. So first reason you can write as heavy rainfall. No need to see here, in that paragraph only the answer is there. Next, high temperatures causing the snow in the Himalayas to melt. So you can write melting of snow. In this paragraph it is about Himalayas. You can write Himalayas, or you can write on the high mountains. Anywhere in the world it happens due to the melting of snow in the high mountains. Here you can write Himalayas, or you can write high mountains also. Next, you see, children, write what should one do. So now when they hear a flood warning, because already about the flood we learned that there is going to be a problem for the drinking water, because dirty water will mix with the clean water. So when they are hearing a warning, they can store drinking water. Yes, no, children, they can store and keep it so that they can, and food also, and they can store food and drinking water so that they can manage for some more days if they are in a flood hit area. During a flood, they have to move to higher areas, to the terrace, or they can, if suppose in the apartment, they can move to the 4th floor, 5th floor, like that they can move and they can avoid getting affected in the flood. After a flood, what they have to do? Boil water and drink. And anything else also, stay calm for that and boil water and drink, because they may cause some other diseases. It is very difficult if suppose any diseases start spreading. Now, write one way in which we can prevent floods from occurring. So as I told you, do not construct, do not build more buildings near water bodies, so that that area, if you leave it vacant, so the water can fill there, and it will stop the overflowing of water into the city. And this is also one way. And also, as I told you, planting more trees also. The trees will hold the soil so that the water will not get washed up, will not be entering into the cities. One way is that also. You can write any one way, children. Next, you have S2 about the drought. Even here they are given you about a drought happened in Maharashtra. Farmers to cut their crops in deep, so much problems they have explained. Just you can read and you can understand how much it will be causing damage whenever there is a drought in a place. Now, first question, write 2 effects of drought. So you can see here, 3rd line of the paragraph. People and cattle are not getting water to drink and food to eat. So what is happening? People and cattle are not getting food. That only you can write. People are falling sick. So that only you can write as a second effect. So there only you mark and you write it. The next question, what can people affected by drought do? What they can do? So they are in a drought hit area. What they can do, children? So they have to see, too much of cutting of trees they did. Yes, no. So what they have to do now in the droughted area, they have to plant more trees and they have to use the water wisely so that at least they will have for some more days. Yes. Now, what can we do to prevent droughts from occurring? Future, yes, it's not coming, so what we should do? So from now onwards, they have to start planting more trees and they have to keep always use the water because that area is dry area. So they have to use the water wisely. Hope so you will be able to complete it. Just one or two I will write so that you will complete the S2 also without any difficulty. So write 2 effects of drought. No water availability, no water availability, and you can write people fall sick, no water, no food. You can write no food, water availability, and people fall sick. You can write. What can people affected by drought do? They can use water wisely. This is the only thing they can do because water is only very less there. So how they can prevent? Plant more trees so that they will bring rain, and also the place they will get the food and water, and so that only planting more trees can help in such a situation. Now let us move on to the earthquakes, children. S3. Here they have given in Sikkim. It has happened in September 2011. Very clearly they have explained about one of the earthquake happened there. Write 2 effects of an earthquake, and so that here you see that what all are happening there. See there, children. Roads were blocked and the power supply and the mobile phone network was damaged. So roads blocked, buildings collapsed. So in easy way you can answer because by now you are able to acquire the more details about the natural disasters. So now buildings collapse, roads broke. So 2 effects. Now what should people do during an earthquake and after an earthquake? As we discussed earlier, during an earthquake you all know that hide under a desk, hold it tightly, don't go near the windows, don't use the lift, move to an open place. So many points are there. One you write there. After an earthquake is over, you stay calm and wait for the rescue tube. Government is always there to help us. They'll come and they will take care of us. They'll keep us in a shelter. So you think and do that. Third one. How is an earthquake different from a drought, children? Earthquake happens when something due to the movement of the earth, right? But what about the drought? Drought happens when there is no rainfall for many days. So second one you are going to do on an earthquake is a violent shaking of the earth. Sudden violent shaking. Suddenly it happens. Sudden violent shaking of the earth. Drought happens when there is no rainfall for a long period of time. So even you can put your own words and you write about the earthquake one point and about the drought. Now we'll move on to the S4 tsunami. Even here again they have given you one example which has happened in the Japan. Tsunami. Tokyo, it has happened in March 11, 2011. As we discussed, the earthquake when it happens under the sea or ocean, tsunami, the huge waves will come and they will wash away the things in the shore. What causes a tsunami? Earthquake under the sea or ocean. You can see earthquake caused the tsunami that sent big waves of water over the coast. So earthquake under the sea, you can write it. Right? What should we do during a tsunami? What we should do still? We have to move to the higher area. Tsunami is occurring. Better we have to move away from that seashore. If not possible, you are in that a coastal area only, you have to stay calm and wait for the rescue. You have to move to the higher areas after a tsunami as usual. You have to use water carefully and drink the boiled water and wait for the rescue. So you can think and complete that 1 and 2 on your own. Now next. Third one, can a city near a river get affected by a tsunami? In the river, can tsunami happen, children? No, because earthquake happens, tsunami happens only due to the earthquake under a sea or ocean. S4, causes of tsunami, earthquake under the sea or ocean causes tsunami. And the second one you are going to do on your own. Can a city near river get affected by a tsunami? No, because you write same earthquake under a sea or ocean only causes the tsunami. Same thing again it should come here, so that near the river, under the river, it will not happen and river will not cause a, that is not a tsunami. River overflows, it is called only a flood. It is not going to happen in the place where it is near the river. So now 4 disasters and so many things we learnt about that. So you read the textbook again and again, and as you have done the project already on this lesson, now you concentrate more on reading the textbook, understanding well, and also completing the worksheets. Worksheets completion is only for checking whether you are able to follow the lesson or not. Put your own words and complete it, and start learning the lesson for the upcoming exams, children. Let us meet in the next class. Bye bye, children.